and sitting there at 3. The Patriots own this draft in the direction where we will go.
Absolutely.
The rest of the night. We will see how that's dictated. It's not just about the quarterbacks here, Al. Ryan Clark's coming back later on SportsCenter as we continue our draft coverage to talk about the defensive backs, the guys who are going to get the picks against those quarterbacks.
The 5th, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa is going to hit this to dead center. Look at Kyle Isbell. Get it. He did like a little, oh, and it's raining too. I'm just not realizing it's pouring. That's nice. He has a big smile too. He's like, put that on SportsCenter. Look at the adjustment. Fantastic. For the second, Cleveland up 1-0. Bases loaded. Jose Ramirez. Chase Anderson. We haven't seen him yet in this highlight, but I'm sure he just put his hand down. That's a no-doubter. He's like, I don't know what that is. It's a granny, too. 5th home run, 23rd RBI of the season for Ramirez. Guardians go up 5-0. They'd go on to win this one 6-4. We love a granny. How about this one? Brewers Pirates, top of the first scoreless. William Contreras. Center field's been pretty popular. That's a home run. 5th of the season to go along with 22 RBI. Brewers take a 1-0 lead. Another look at that swing. Also a no-doubter. Walk it out. Milwaukee wins 7-5, holding on to a slim lead atop the NL Central. And then we've got this. PGA Tour Zurich Classic in New Orleans. Opening round delayed because, well, golfers had to wait out a gator on the tee. Wonder if anybody was like, he got me, but I tore one of that bastard's eyes out, though. He's just a little one. Chubbs, you're good.
Still to come on
Center, Knicks, Sixers, Game 3 loading after a crazy ending in Game 2 saw New York pull a stunning comeback in the final seconds to stun Philly. It was the Knicks' 5th straight win over Philly, good for the 2-0 series lead. And despite that whole, well, Joel Embiid saying post-game, we're good, we're going to win this series. Even hobbled, Embiid's been pretty impressive. His team outscoring the Knicks by 17 points in the 76 minutes that he's been on the floor. Advantage Knicks when he's not, 27-point advantage in the 20 minutes that he has sat so far in this series. Hey, our NBA reporter, Tim Bontemps, is on the scene in Philadelphia now, joins us with much more. And Tim, we know Embiid showed a robust amount of confidence after Game 2. What can you share with us about the Sixers' mindset as they get ready for Game 3?
Yeah, El, the Sixers have the same mindset as their star, that despite being down 0-2 in this series, they feel good about where they're at. And to use a word that's used a lot here in Philadelphia, they feel good about their process so far through the first 2 games in this series. Yes, they're down 0-2, but they like the fact that they've held Jalen Brunson to 16 for 53 shooting. They like the fact that they cleaned up the offensive rebounding in Game 2. And if they could have just avoided those 14.3 seconds at the end of Game 2, they'd be 1-1 right now, feeling great about their chances in this series. So the Sixers feel like if they come out here and take care of business in Game 3, get themselves back in the series, there's no reason they can't send this series back to New York for Game 5 next week, evened up at 2 games apiece, and putting themselves right back in position to advance past the Knicks and into the second round of the playoffs.
Yeah, this is as must-win as it gets for Sixers without it being an actual elimination game, and that's, of course, because no team has ever overcome a 3-0 deficit. So with that, what are the Knicks saying about taking care of business away from home in these next 2 games?
Well, as you might imagine, the Knicks are incredibly confident about their position right now in the series with that 2-0 lead. This morning, the Knicks shot around at Temple University with the 3 Nova guys, having a little fun with that. Jalen Brunson coming in and telling the media that Temple has never made a Final Four, and that Villanova's got a couple of banners in this arena at the Wells Fargo Center that the Villanova guys put up in this building. And overall, the Knicks feel like they're in good position. As Josh Hart said, that they have not played their best game in this series despite the fact that they're up 2-0. Hart pointed to the fact that Brunson has not shot the ball well so far, and he also pointed to the fact that they have struggled in transition, and he in particular needs to do a better job of taking care of the ball in those spots. So despite the fact they're up 2-0, they feel like they can play better, and both teams are coming into this game feeling very confident about where they're at. And obviously, as we'll know, in 48 minutes from now, a couple hours from now, we'll see which of those teams is right about how this one's going to play out.
Yeah, the odds makers are rolling with the Sixers. Knicks 5.5-point underdog. Tim Bontemps with the latest from a Philadelphia divided. They're fighting with Villanova. They're going back and forth. That's an absolute mess. Tim Bontemps, thank you so much. Let's go to the NFL. You hear it. I mean, the Bears have been on the clock, but that's cool. They're officially on the clock soon. They traded out a number 1 last year. The consensus is they're going to take quarterback Caleb Williams this time. He spent some time playing cards in his hotel today, by the way. Courtney Cronin tells us what's in the cards for Chicago. Hey, Courtney.